Hey YouTube, how's it going? Kevin Cleary here with a knife video for you. And it's that time of year where YouTubers like to make videos with recommendations of things that you can buy. Wait, that's all the times of year. But this is the time of year when we normally buy gifts for people that maybe we don't know all that well, or that, we need some ideas about what to buy that gear person in our life. And that's what this video is going to be. That's what everyone else is doing. So those videos are popular, and let's go ahead with that. So these are things that you can buy for the knife girl or knife guy in your life that I'm 98% sure that they will really appreciate. Beginning with the first recommendation that I have, and that is non-knife related items. Okay, non-knife related items. And by that I mean almost anything. Hats, gloves, underwear, socks, pants. If you're gonna buy pants, 511s with the reinforced pockets are a good option. And the reason your knife obsessed friend, neighbor, family member, whatever needs this stuff is because they can't buy it for themselves. They need that extra money to buy the next knife. And so you buying it for them really frees up their budget a little bit and allows them to pick up some other cool sharp thing that they can put on in the knife drawer or on the knife wall or however they store it. All right, by the way, that'll be one of the gifts coming up too. Number two, a gift card. A gift card is always a nice option, especially if you can figure out which retailer has the best price on whatever knife that person is most obsessed with right now, the one that they just can't live without. And if you're really, really wise, you can figure out what the next knife they won't be able to live without is and buy a gift card from that store. And so, that's getting a little advanced, but hopefully you can work it out. If all else fails, you can always give them some cash or, a PayPal card or something like that. Let's see, number three, a good torque set. This is not exactly a good torque set, but it is an example of a torque set. I've actually got a fair bit of use on this one. I did wreck one of them, so I switched it out for another Torx bit out of another cheap torque set. But this is a decent set. And they're like 15 bucks at Canadian Tire, and so that makes a pretty good gift. Although I can think of a better use of it, which is buy one of these from Canadian Tire, send it to Microtech, We Knives, and a few other companies, because someone needs to tell them that bits like this have already been invented and they can stop making their own. So let's do that with the Torx bits, or maybe buy two. Send one to Microtech and give one to your friend who loves knives, because they can probably use them too. Number four, or number next. I'm not really keeping track close of numbers here. I've just got point form, so if I lose track of the numbers, bear with me. Sharpening stuff. Okay, so most guys who are into knives are also obsessively into keeping those knives sharp, and they need stuff to do that. Stones, some kind of sharpening system like a Spyderco Sharp Maker or the Worksharp Field Sharpener or something like that. This is just a good example that I happen to have in my bag. This is nice because then, if you have to cut something while you're out during the day, this can be in your pocket and you can quickly sharpen that knife again so that you don't lose any of that excellent edge that you've worked so hard to put on it. So sharpening stuff is really, really good. I know it'll rarely be used because when you only carry your knife once out of every 30 days because you have such a big EDC rotation, it's hard to use a knife long enough to get it dull, but eventually it will probably get there if they don't sell it first to buy whatever other knife they're looking for. And if that happens, they'll want to sharpen it. So sharpening stuff is definitely worth buying. All right. The next thing is kind of related. We're in a little bit of a knife maintenance phase in the list here, and that is oil or lubrication. Okay. So the reason this is important is because, whatever oil you're using for your knife has to be expensive, right? There's no way that gun oil or sewing machine oil or anything like that could be good enough. You need to buy like nano oil or frog lube or something else that costs way more than it should, even if it is just sewing machine oil with a different label on it. So some good oil with a nice applicator is always helpful. Because, it really affects the performance of a cutting tool, how smooth the action is, right? How are you going to cut those apples open if you can't flip the knife properly? And so getting some good lubrication in that action is absolutely paramount. Let's see, what about, now this one is a little bit controversial. What about buying a knife? I know, a knife guy buying a knife, but it's more complex, right? Think about it. If you're a wife watching this, which I'm assuming probably most people are, would you want the knife guy we're talking about now to go out and buy you, I don't know, lipstick or some other kind of makeup? Probably not, right? And so the knife guy you love, it may be difficult to buy the right knife, but if it's in the newest Super Steel and he doesn't already have it, which, you know, if it's fairly old, he probably already does, but if it's just come out, there's at least a moderate chance that he doesn't have it yet. So that could be good. The one thing I do have to say about this is whatever prices you happen to see when you're shopping for that new knife, those are not reflective whatsoever of what he actually paid for his knives, okay? He paid whatever he told you he paid, all right? So whatever you see on Amazon or Blade HQ or whatever else, that price is probably not accurate, okay? So the one thing I will warn you about is no M-Tech or TAC-Force knives, unless the only other option is a Gerber, then yeah, go with M-Tech or TAC-Force. Also, if you want to get a gag gift along these lines, a SOG would be a great choice. Let's see here. What about, okay, we're kind of moving into some other areas now. Knife storage is a great one. Now, just be careful about knife storage. If you have some ulterior motive, like maybe you're thinking if you buy a nice knife storage from Spyderco or a nice Pelican case, he'll stop leaving knives laying all over the house. He won't, okay? So don't buy it for that reason. Also, it's not gonna limit the number of knives he owns, right? If you buy a Pelican case that has 100 slots, he'll just buy another one when he gets to 101. So don't think you're going to limit the collection by doing that either, because they just sell larger and larger Pelican cases. And of course, the end goal of that is going to be a walk-in safe. So that's just a game you don't even want to get into. Finally, make sure that whatever storage choice you buy, it will look good in pictures on Instagram. And then, yeah, knife storage is definitely a good option. Next, a flashlight. Okay, now there is the danger of developing a whole new addiction by buying a flashlight, but you know, on the bright side, it could distract him from knives for at least a little while. Plus, he's gonna need that flashlight so that when he's making videos, he can like open the knife up and shine the flashlight in there to show everybody what the inside of the knife looks like. All right. So a flashlight is useful, and also don't forget the expensive, hard to find batteries and a charger that works for them. Finally, you could send his knife to be pimped or modified, upgraded, you know. Just know that it should be ready for next Christmas and that the knife will be worth less after the modification and the upgrade is done. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'd love to hear your comments down below with some gift suggestions that you may have. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will talk to you soon.